Chapter 16. I offered Alia a tissue to wipe her tears. I'm sorry, I said. You have been through a lot. Alia nodded, wiping her eyes with the edge of the tissue. I kept my laptop aside. My mother came out of the kitchen. She kept a bowl of dal on the dining table and looked curiously at us. Oh, it's already lunchtime. I'm sorry, I took so much for your time, Alia said. It's okay, I said. You needed to give me all the details. My mother made another trip to the kitchen. She returned with the chapati box and a bowl of sabzi. Auntie, let me help you, Alia said as she walked quickly to the dining table. It's okay, I am almost done, my mother said. I went to the kitchen and brought back 3 plates. Please have lunch, I said. Oh, Alia said, looking at the plates. I should go. I have made for you also, so sit, Ma said in that scolding yet caring Indian mother tone. Alia smiled and sat down on one of the dining chairs. My mother had made the Rajasthani Panchmel dal, a blend of 5 different lentils along with carrot and peas, sabzi and rotis. Can you help me in any way? Alia said. I still have to process it. Also, it is a cold case. Never done one before, I said. Money won't be an issue. It's not about the money, ma'am, I said. Alia is fine. Please, no ma'am business, Keshav. Okay, I said, and let me know your face. I told you, ma'am, I mean Alia, it's not about the fees. How about I give you an advance of 1 lakh rupees, rest as and when you figure out your quote? My mother's eyes had opened wide at 1 lakh. I remained quiet. Or 2 lakhs, Alia said. Ma offered Alia desi ghee for her rotis and looked at me wondering why I wasn't saying yes to this golden goose. Relax about the money, Alia. My concern is that it is a cold case. The police, the media and your family, everyone has already tried. Have they really? Alia said and shook her head. We ate in a silence for few minutes. Then Alia folded her hand and said, Can you please help me, Keshav? I could help, but I need you to understand few things. First, I have not done kidnapping case before. Murder, yes. Kidnapping, no. Of course, it could be both here. Don't say that, Alia said. Sorry, anyway, my point is my help will be on best effort basis, no guarantees. I understand that. Frankly, chances are low. Anything could have happened. Anyone could have done it. It's not like we have a finite list of suspects. I am aware of that. Do whatever you can. Also, I will need to talk to and meet with people. Again, will they cooperate? Who? The family, for instance? I will convince them. What about the police? I need to access to whatever they have done so far. Meet Inspector Chotala, the main investigating officer. If I request him, I am sure he will agree to meet you. I have a senior contact in the police too. Does this mean you are taking my case? I nodded after a pause. Thank you so much, Alia smiled. Thank you, auntie, for introducing me to Keshav and for the wonderful lunch. My mother smiled. Alia stood up to leave. Keshav, don't forget to give her your bank details so she can send you the advance, my mother said before Alia left. Case? Saurav said. I was in his room. He was changing out of his office wear into a t-shirt and shorts. From Icon only? I said. The client stays in the opposite tower. What kind of case? Maid stealing milk? No, kidnapping, maybe murder. What? Saurav said and stopped pulling on his t-shirt midway. I gave him all the details of the Sia Arora case. They lost their child 9 months ago? They are coming to us now? What are we? Magicians? It's a cold case. Yes, I said. It will go nowhere. It will make your IPS preparation go nowhere as well. It will pay well. I told him the advance amount. Saurav let out a mini gasp. I sat down on his bed. I miss working on a case, I said. I do too, but we decided your IPS studies first, agency later, he said. I can't do it without you, I said. I don't know if I can spare the time. I have the cyber safe job plus my new fitness routine, which is really hard. Saurabh collapsed on the bed. I wish you would agree, I said. I will have to say no to her and the 2 lakh rupees advance. I stood up to leave his room. He placed an elbow on a pillow to lift his head up. You didn't agree to become my fitness trainer either, Saurabh said. What? You said you would think about it. You were not sure, but you never reverted. Okay, how about I agree to be your fitness trainer? Saurabh sprang up. Really? You would? Yes. Thank you. I can't do this fitness diet nonsense alone. And neither I can do the case alone. I will help you with fitness. You will help me on the case. Deal? Saurav looked at me. I'm not sure, he said. I turned to leave his room. Fine, he said from behind me. I turned towards him again. Yeah, I better get a six-pack like yours in return, Saurav said, covering his face with the guilt to go to sleep. 275 days missing. Still dark, Saurav said, rubbing his fat thigh with the hands. Start running. The sun will rise soon, I said. I had woken him up at 6:15 a.m. and brought him to the jogging track, which ran around the perimeter of the building garden. 5 rounds, I said. Keep a steady pace. 5? Saurav said, looking at me like I had asked him to cut off 5 fingers. That's just 2 kilometers. You have to build stamina so you can run 10 kilometers. This is torture, Saurav said. This is health. Come, I will run with you, I said. Saurav jogged at the lowest speed possible for a human being, like the hero of a movie running in a slow motion towards the heroine in the climax scene. Faster, Golu. Your heart rate need to go up. It's so boy. I can feel it. This is my natural jogging speed. Okay, stop, I shouted. What? He said, freezing mid-jog like we were playing statue. Do not argue with or answer back to your trainer. I am not bhai, I am your teacher, understood? I said in a tough, military, surrogate voice. Saurav looked at me surprised. Okay, he said meekly. Good, let's finish this fast. We have to go back and watch videos, I said. Fitness videos? Saurav said. No, all past media coverage related to C. Arora case. We will watch some every day. Now let's run, I said, prodding his back to get him moving again.